Hello folks! You see me standing in the remains of the cockpit. It looks different than on other videos. We don't show the mess too often, but now it's gone. Paint's still here, but otherwise it's empty and everything is wrapped in cardboard. Companionway is wrapped, the steering wheel is wrapped, the floor is wrapped, the winches are wrapped, everything is wrapped. Because today we are installing the hard Dodger, or we're starting to install the hard Dodger. It's going to be a longer job, a several day job, one of the big ones. So this fabric here is ancient. It is UV damaged, it needs to be replaced, and we can either go and replace it by a new custom made fabric, or we can spend about the same amount of money and time and make it from steel, because it's a steel boat. It matches, then we have something we can also stand on and work on the mainsail. It just gives like a bit more space up here. You have a bit more protection that you can leave it on when there's high winds. It's going to be solid, it's going to be steel, and we have this dry steering space up here. So that's why we're wrapped in cardboard.
Ja, 83, obwohl da können wir da noch einen Ticken weiter, das können wir auch schön machen, da machen wir hin. Da oben gehen wir in die Kurve rein, da schneiden wir die Kurve nachher so oder so raus.
Länge machst du dann nachher noch drauf, oder?
Hier, 83, nee, du hast ja gesagt die Länge, bis hierhin oder nicht?
Ja, lass mal hier
83?
so ein Stück.
85.
Lass mal
85. Ja, weil nachher können wir immer noch einen Ticken wegschneiden, was dann noch.
Day 2 of our solid Dodger build, and in terms of good news, we have lost our GoPro and potentially also a whole month of footage, so yay! Never mind that, day 2 of our Dodger build. Doesn't it look great? The frames are already here. This is in 3mm steel, and we're building it solidly enough so that we can stand on it and work on the mainsail. Let me show you. The shape is basically there, so the only thing that remains is cutting that corner there and the lid, the roof. It's a tiny fraction higher, maybe 2 centimeters than before, and a tiny fraction longer than the fabrics, maybe 5 centimeters more, which gives it an extremely roomy feeling. And I mean, 3mm steel, it's bulletproof. This stuff is fantastic. So it's really interesting constructing this thing, because we had a fabric cover before. Of course, fabric is bendy and doesn't have sharp corners, while steel needs to be somewhat in planes and at angles, so that we can also add windows here. We can bend them a little bit, but not too much. So the whole engineering behind it on how do we construct this. So we started with taking cardboard templates from a few pieces from the fabric Dodger, because we thought it would give the rough general shape. Then we cut out first pieces in steel, tacked them on, and then we started constructing our way from there. Especially this corner here was extremely annoying, so it was hard to engineer this corner without constructing it with too many small pieces. So the fewer pieces, the faster we are. So there is a slight bend in this one. We should be able to get that. And then we're now trying to get symmetrically aligned these two corners, so that corner over there and this corner over here, which isn't easy as well because it's hard to measure things on the steel boat, which is yard built, but still the material itself bends so much after welding that it's just not super easy to get something super symmetrical without having too big machines. So we're building it basically freehand. For that, I think this looks great. It's gonna be sturdy, we will be able to stand on. It's gonna keep us dry, it's gonna keep us out of the wind, out of the waves. It's even gonna be detachable. It's only attached with screws in order for it to be able to be lifted off if needed, because not sure if I mentioned this before, the whole floor here, which hides now beneath cardboard, the whole floor is attached with screws, detachable, and right underneath is the engine compartment, so you can repower this boat very easily by taking out this floor and taking out the engine. And if this hard Dodger now has a roof over here, of course the repowering is difficult, but because the whole Dodger is only screwed on and we can just lift it off, we keep the lifting off stability while also having a very stable Dodger, while keeping these windows and this Dodger, the lower part, in place, not having to reconstruct that. So actually we're managing to do with everything in this build. I'm happy, I'm stoked, and I have had it. Well, you lose some, you win some. There is some double angle grinding going on. Hello.
Oh. Hello.
Look at what is above my head.
Yeah.
That's a roof.
We worked really hard, and Peter worked really hard until sunset. Now it's already dark, and it's still a huge mess.
It's super
I'm
messy.
not sure if you can see it, it's dark. But it's crazily dirty from all the steel work.
So we started at probably 9 and worked until 9
Yeah.
with
It was
a
a
very
12-hour
short
day.
break. But the goal was to get this up, and we managed to put it up, which is great.
Yeah, that was one piece of work.
This was a big piece of work. But
I mean, imagine getting that big steel plate, even flexing it and bringing it up here.
Because this thing weighs probably around 80 kilos. And in our case it doesn't really matter because the whole boat is 20 tons. Other boats can't just put up a steel hard Dodger, but we can. Or at least we did.
We
And
did.
I think
Let's
it
see
matches
how
the boat
smart
really
it
well.
was. So tomorrow, I don't know. Let's see what tomorrow is tomorrow.
Right now
Now we have to
so
clean up with the headlamps.
Vacuuming.
Vacuum.
outside.
Yeah.
So imagine you go to this holiday destination in the south of Gran Canaria, and
Oh, we
then you
should
pass
really-
a boatyard, and you see
yeah.
some guy in the night with a head torch vacuuming his boat. He's absolutely bonkers, and that's me.
Krass. Damit er weiß, was angeht.
Can your hard dodger do this? This is
Because ours can.
nearly 200 kilos.
Woo! Okay guys, what a day. But it looks perfect now. We have everything we wanted. We have this rim here, and then this funny little thing here, this funny little pipe to collect rainwater. We have a handle here, super nice handle. We have a window here, at least space for a window to look at the mainsail up there. Yeah, it's everything we wanted. We're super happy, but yeah, it was a tough day again. Peter worked very hard. We tried to have him as much as we could, worked with him, and now we have to hurry up because we have a dinner date tonight. Well, with Robert's parents, but still we're running late, and so we just finish up quickly and then that's it. So have a nice evening too. See you next time.
What you forgot?